When you're in power, everyone sticks to you. Everyone wants a share of the good times. But when you're down, you will find yourself with only a handful still sticking by your side. And some of the closest will surprise by abandoning you. This is something Donald Trump is facing right now. As his own son-in-law, his daughter Ivanka Trump's husband, is backstabbing him and prostrating before the Biden administration. Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host, Shubhangi, and in this video, we shall talk about Jared Kushner, a son-in-law that stuck through the good times but scooted away the moment it was no longer viable for him. Jared Kushner, former senior White House advisor and Ivanka Trump's husband, has decided that he is a new man now who is effectively done with Trump's rhetoric. On Sunday, the son-in-law of Donald Trump, who owes his fame solely to the former president, took to the Wall Street Journal, which published an op-ed by him detailing his views on the situation in the Middle East and the way forward. The op-ed was a glowing extolation of President Joe Biden, particularly his handling of Iran. However, the op-ed serves as a window of opportunity for Jared Kushner to enter the good books of the Biden administration in order to revive his political career. Make no mistake, Kushner has grown fond of the White House. In the past 4 years, under the tutelage of Donald Trump, Jared became among the most important persons in America, aware of all that was happening in the nation. As a senior advisor to Donald Trump, Kushner steered many of the previous administration's decisions and gave a sense of direction to the former president on a multiplicity of issues. Among the most important of Kushner's contributions has been his work towards furthering Trump's mission to achieve peace in the Middle East and playing an instrumental role in brokering the Abraham Accords. With the Trump administration gone, however, Jared Kushner currently finds himself unemployed, which is why he took to penning a piece praising the Biden administration for its supposed quote-unquote foreign policy prioritization of China. And on the Iran front, Kushner could not help but admire Joe Biden's approach as he wrote, "While many were troubled by the Biden team's opening offer to work with Europe and rejoin the Iran deal, known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, I saw it as a smart diplomatic move. The fact that Iran has started bullying the United States due to the abject submission of Joe Biden before it, as reported by TFI earlier, is a subject which the son-in-law of Donald Trump chose to conveniently ignore." Jared Kushner went on to opine, "The Biden administration called Iran's bluff. It revealed to the Europeans that the JCPOA is dead and only a new framework can bring stability for the future. When Iran asked for a reward merely for initiating negotiations, President Biden did the right thing and refused." From going on to creating history alongside President Trump to now praising Biden's mindless foreign policy, life has taken a turn for quite the worse when it comes to Jared Kushner. Many have come to believe that Kushner might be stretching his luck way too far, especially with the Sunday op-ed published by the Wall Street Journal. It was solely due to Donald Trump that Kushner amounted to something significant in the previous administration. But the latest attempt by him indicates that the man is trying to outgrow himself from the shadows of Trump and trying to carve out an entirely new image for himself. One in which he does not shy away from praising Biden for his Iran policy or the lack thereof. As a matter of fact, soon after President Donald Trump quote-unquote lost the elections, Jared Kushner started distancing himself from the West Wing. Unlike Donald Trump's other family members who have stuck with the man even after he left the White House, Jared Kushner has obviously developed some new ideas of how to remain politically relevant in the country and the White House. For the Trump administration, Jared Kushner had a say on it all. From domestic policy, foreign policy, staffing, speech writing, national security, criminal justice reform, budget, COVID-19, and every other thing besides these. Yet Kushner has historically, in the past 4 years, always been seen at the forefront when the Trump administration was celebrating a victory or had good news to share, while he comfortably retired into a safe spot away from media glare when things did not go down as planned or expected. The same tendency of Kushner seems to have come into play after Trump stepped out of the White House. Essentially, Jared Kushner wants to retain his lobbying power. Those who know of his future plans say that Kushner wants to quote-unquote be someone you would go to on the Republican side to put a deal together. Apart from staying relevant domestically, Kushner also wants to have a say in the USA's Middle East policy, irrespective of which administration comes to power. Brokering peace deals and ensuring that they hold are also said to be of particular interest to Trump's son-in-law. Essentially, he wants to become the go-to lobbyist in the United States. Reports also say that Trump is unhappy and in fact angry with his son-in-law Jared Kushner because he regrets taking some of his advice. Truly, Jared Kushner's allegiances are in doubt. Jared Kushner is now willing to prostrate before the Biden administration, which, as is largely known, does not have the best interests of America in mind. Right now, Kushner is not a part of Trump's quote-unquote inner circle, once again signaling how he is simply an opportunist who wants good times handed to him on a platter while not slogging to achieve the same. To put it simply, Jared Kushner is the kind of backstabbing son-in-law that Trump can work perfectly fine without.